That's why a lot of people are in radio.
Yeah, so you're right. But this is something that I've always enjoyed, and I kind of put it out to the universe. This is something that I may want to entertain. But music has always been my passion.
Okay.
It has always been my passion.
What does it do for you that all these other things?
Oh, it puts me in a different world.
Okay.
It puts me so calm and so serene.
You're connected.
Very connected, and sometimes I write stuff that I don't even. Then I listen back. I say, "How did I do that?"
Yeah.
That's a real and.
Yeah, what's interesting about that though? I think if everyone thought about it, they would have one thing in their life at least where they felt the same connection. Somebody, might need to go chop wood.
Right.
And just, they're so lost in that, and they're so connected, and they see so much at bliss,
Right.
And somebody else, I knew one person who actually loved to reconcile bank statements.
Wow.
And she just
Wow.
loved putting the pieces together.
Yeah.
And she was in this altered state when she did it. I think it's just amazing,
Right.
I write. I love to write. I love to do the readings. And there's a lot of things I do that really put me there. But each person has their own way. It's a beautiful thing.
And that's what we're trying to say here. I'm trying to give you some of my personal experience as well. I have been through, in future shows here, I'll give a little bit more out here and there, but I've had a very unique life, and actually it's been a very wonderful and very traumatic at many times, but still. That's all for lessons to be learned.
Oh, yeah.
But don't be afraid. And Jean, I got to tell you, and you'll agree with me with this, I'm sure, that it doesn't matter how old you are.
Oh, no.
It doesn't matter where you are in your life, what they consider a number of your age. Because I've had this happen to me already, and I'm not going to buy into it. I'm not going to listen to it and say, "Well, Bob, you're a really great guitar player. You're doing music, but Bob, you're too old. I mean, what do you think?"
For what?
I said, okay, I'm too old for what? I'm certainly not going to do jumping jacks on the stage or jump off trampolines, But I certainly could still get up there and play, They said, what are you thinking? You have this financial career. Look at all the stuff you get, and
that was they were telling you about their own world.
Yeah,
they were telling you about their own world.
Right.
They were telling you about. I could not possibly think of moving from one career to another. I really would just be focused so much on my own limitations.
Right.
So that's what I'm looking at with you, my limitations. And people. That's what I mean by.
But they buy into it. But see, the thing is, you let yourself buy.
Yeah.
You let yourself buy into that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Especially. Now we have such a wonderful opportunity for all of us out there that's going to be coming, to us. There's going to be so many different technologies that are going to really start coming to the forefront. It has to, anytime anything evolves,
Yeah.
It's just like the phoenix, from the ashes, it comes this beautiful stuff. You have to have the ashes sometimes in order for that to
You
grow.
really do. You need the ashes, and we all. That's what I mean. We all need to be able to fall and go, It's not so much I'm stupid for falling, but I wonder what that was about. I wonder why I needed to fall just then.
Right.
And when we do that, when we begin to look at it from that point of view, instead of like, oh, how stupid, I think we get a lot of different answers. We begin to plug into something that's so much vaster than our own little small self that has to be right or never make mistakes or needy or worry about stuff that doesn't really matter.
Right, the superficial stuff like do I look good? Do I that's that super stuff, superficial stuff. What I'm trying to say is and I'm still a work in progress, Jean. I'm really trying to embrace this. Because I still have that analytical side of me that says, okay, I'll only allow that so far today. Okay, enough of that. Let's get back to the practical side. But I'm softening up more and more. But the thing is you have to try.
Yeah.
You have to try. And Jean, how do I just want to make sure that everybody knows how to get a hold of you again.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
My website's probably the easiest way. It's www.spiritualtransformation, it's singular, .com. And then, of course, you can do Jean at Spiritual Transformation, and I'll get the emails that way. But I have an office in the Westport area, St. Louis.
Okay, is there a phone number there that you can call?
Yep, 314-991-8439. That's 314-991-8439. I think if you Googled me, you'd find me that way too.
Okay,
So,
great. And you are having a class per se. Is it a 5-week class that's going to be coming up here the 13th?
The 13th of this is June.
Right.
What month is it? June.
June.
June 13th, next week actually, and it starts on that Monday night. It's a class on personal empowerment, and I will be doing a lot of exercises with people to help them get in touch with what it is that is always truthful, always strong, always perfect, always wonderful, and knows exactly how to follow that path that we're here to follow. And again, there might be a lot of turns along the way.
Oh, I'm sure there will be.
No,
I'm sure there'll be a lot of moguls and all kinds of stuff. You bet.
Good. It's fine because then we learn how to navigate the moguls.
Right.
And so, but it's a really empowering kind of experience, and to help people get in touch with themselves, but also to teach them some really practical tools that they can use on a daily basis. That's what I consider my forte, actually, is I'm very pragmatic as far as helping people understand what their process is and how they can use certain techniques to get themselves connected, so to speak.
Back in tune the guitar up.
Yeah, exactly.
Play that nice melody,
Exactly.
And because it's so important. It just really is. Now, is it possible, Jean? I've been going on a limb here.
Do it.
Just do it. If the limb breaks, it's only 20 feet. Not a problem. You got a hard head, Bob. That's what I've been told. But now, when you're having these classes, will I be able to get you back in here on a Sunday?
Sure, once in a while, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it possible that you can maybe bring in some information from those classes, or maybe share some experiences from those classes, so we can kind of get some hands-on of actual real questions, real situations where I'm in this position and I really want to get out. How do I do that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling this way.
I'll give you a little snippet right now. Okay, so when you're in angst and a lot of anxiety and so forth, and you just need a break from it, it's starting to wear on you. It's wearing you down. Take a moment and just drop it. But then also go and write out a gratitude list. Just write out a list of all the things that it could be I have clean drinking water. It could be that I live in air conditioning. It could be my car runs great. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a new car, just it runs great. But all the things that you're grateful for, and what happens when you do that is you shift your mind from fear. Anxiety and fear are the same thing, but you shift your mind to love. And love is the highest energy there is. So you immediately, psychically, neurologically, you've shifted the energy of who you are into something that is truthful, but also you give everything about you a break. So I think Oprah talks about a gratitude journal that she fills in every night, 5 things that she's grateful for every night. And look at what it's done for her. I mean,
substantial.
So, but I think that it's something we all can do, and it's so easy, but somebody called me the other day and they said, I'm just so afraid. And I said, well, if you want to do a little snap out of it for right now until you can come in and see me, just move into gratitude right now. And just take a few moments and just think about all the things and people and situations that you're so grateful for. And the shift will be automatic. It'll happen. So and then that doesn't mean you don't have to solve the problems or
right. You can't just walk away from it, right?
But we need that. We need to do that. Because one thing you said before about discipline, that you just disciplined yourself and took the tests and studied and all that. Discipline is the most important thing for self-actualization there is, because we allow our minds to go crazy with, well, why'd you do this? And that's the wrong thing, and da-da-da-da, and you should have done it, and why it was wrong. And we just cement ourselves into this crazy place, I call it, of all the self-accusation and so forth. And when we learn to discipline our mind and go, that's not allowed, it's unacceptable. And I just go, no. No,
I can't
I'm
do
not
that
going
just
there,
yet.
I'm not interested. Who cares?
Right.
Not interested. But to discipline your mind toward that which is productive, that which is empowering, and that would mean, like Walt Disney and Henry Ford. Oh well, they went bankrupt any number of times, and they just got back on the horse and said, well, all right, there's another way to do this then. And they just kept moving forward. So there's a discipline that we have to embrace, which is there is a way that will work, and if I try this and try this and try that and that doesn't work, well then there's something else and I'll get on the horse and try something else.
Right.
And there is a way. I mean, if we all know that there is always a way, there's always a way to get wherever it is we want to go, we discipline our mind to keep looking for what that is, instead of wasting your time going, that was stupid, you shouldn't have done it. The thing about it is we're babies, we're all babies, and we don't know what the hell we're doing most of the time.
I'll agree with that.
And so
Jeez,
we go, well,
absolutely.
why didn't you know? Well,
Yeah.
how would you know?
Where's the manual? I didn't come with my own manual.
There's
Right.
no manual. How would
Right.
you know? Raising kids. Do you know how to raise kids?
God,
I have
no.
4 grown. I don't know what half the time. It's all an experiment.
Throwing darts at the dartboard. Yeah, that one looked pretty
That one
good.
worked, okay.
That wasn't a bad shot.
I wonder what will work on the next one.
I don't know what the next one's coming, but I'm gonna throw it anyway. But
It's ridiculous.
but-
The way we expect things from ourselves that just aren't there is crazy.
and just don't do that.
Just my thing is no, I'm not going there. And I think that that's a discipline to go, I refuse to spend my time, demeaning myself or entertaining those ideas that aren't going to be productive.
Right.
And
Right.
when you were doing that studying and getting all those designations, you can't allow your mind to go, well, you're not going to be able to do this. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, no,
What
no.
a stupid idea that is.
Yes.
You just keep plugging in and
Right.
read the next book and read the next manual and you just keep going. And that's how we do it. That's how we do it. It's discipline. Discipline is the most important thing.
But what I think too, Jean, is working with you is knowing what to be disciplined at.
Yes.
You know,
Disciplined at empowering yourself. Disciplined at the positive. Disciplined at looking for another opportunity, another alternative. Disciplined for seeing options. Disciplined for always looking for the positive end of everything. I give you a little example. I was pulling out of my subdivision and there was a cop who waved me over,
Yeah.
and I pulled out and I went, okay, I thought I was past all this.
Right.
Anyway, he said, he wrote me out a ticket. He said, do you know why I'm doing this? I said, no, I really don't. He says, well, you didn't have your seatbelt on. And I went, oh, honey, that's reaching too low. Normally you give me speeding tickets,
Right.
and I'm past that. Now you're writing for seatbelts. So,
Yeah.
okay. And I thought, so he was writing out his little ticket, and I thought, well, okay, what is this really about then? And I thought, well, you know what, honey? Normally, that's how I talk to myself.
That's okay. I do the same thing. It's not honey, but that's a little colorful metaphor. But we'll leave that. We'll leave that alone.
Honey,
Right.
you get speeding tickets, and that's your reminder to slow down.
Right.
Well, this is your reminder to stay safe. This is your reminder.
Ah, okay.
And I said, okay, all right, I'm okay with that. And so then he came back and he handed me the ticket, and it was only for $10. I should
$10.
I probably should have said $10. But it
Thank
was
you
10.
so much. Have
And
a
I'm
great
going,
day.
Yeah, and I thought,
Yeah.
well, honey, you've graduated from $250 tickets.
Now down to $10.
I'm like, this is.
You're going in the right direction.
So I'm saying, what a great deal. And I'm going, and I said to the guy, I said, I just want you to know something. I'm using this as a little blessing. And he just smiled at me like, what is this?
Okay, blessing. Okay,
I've never seen a woman like this.
Right.
But anyway, so that was a little, but I laughed because I think he's the shock on his face.
Right.
Because he's used to going,
Always used to getting yelled at.
what are you doing?
Right.
And I thought, I'm just going to share it with him because it's fun watching
Right.
the look.
Right.
The look.
Okay, I'm not getting yelled at. I'm getting thank you. Okay, I don't know what to do with this. I better go have another donut.
Something like that.
Right. Well, Gene, our time is kind of running out today. I could spend all day and all night here with you, but we're certainly going to have you back. We'll get with Teresa, but I would like, if we could, is to next time, if you're allowed and you can do that, is actually bring in some real positions from the workshop that you got coming up, and